So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Martha here. So today we're doing Moon Knight episode 1, and wait for this for a while to show up on Disney Plus. Meantime, I'm watching the um Prouder but Louder show. In the meantime, but this first episode, it was from from the perspective from one personality. Though they did show the other personality somewhat, like for voices and stuff like that. So we got to learn about Steve, who is a janitor at a museum, and he ends up like having to deal with um, bad bad sleeping because every time he goes to sleep, I guess Mark takes over, and like twice we see it happen to him. Um, he like wakes up and he's like in Germany, looks like, to one of the pictures, and he's getting shot at or something, and me and him getting chased by a guy named Amin, who is like I guess a cult member, a cult leader, who judges two people. One's a young man, and he ends up being okay, an old lady, and she ends up being saying that she had a bad soul, so she ends up killing her, and but he like tried to give a torch to a young a child before this. We find out that he's not one of those chore leader. So, and like you keep on seeing him during this part blacking out, and I guess Mark's taking over and killing these guys. Like every single time you like blacks out, we don't see what happens. The screen goes black, and we just see usually blood over him from the bodies that Mark just killed, his other personality, and he's stealing an ice cream truck, I guess, or a cupcake truck, and he says he doesn't even have a driver's license. Yeah, he's driving. So he's trying to get away from these guys, yet he keeps on blocking out, and we still don't see it. And we keep on like hearing "Wake Me Up Before We Go" that song in the background, and then we see like one of those log trucks. He drives around it, and when he gets down to the bottom of the hill, somehow like those logs save him from getting killed, because I guess the windows open somehow. Windows broke somehow, and we wake up. He wakes up and he's back in his bed, and thinking that it was all a dream. So, and find out that he thought it was Friday, but it's actually Sunday. So he ends up not getting to get to have a date with a girl. And then he finds another phone of somebody else, of Mark's, I guess, and calling like a girl that's his, and she's asking why you have a different accent. So and Mark tries to take over again. So he like goes into an elevator, and like the lights flickering again during this part, and this weird thing, this weird monster that looks like a crane, a white crane, like tries to get into the elevator, but it turns into an old lady, and he like pretends that he's lost his contacts because he's on the contacts lenses because he's on the ground. He doesn't want to make it doesn't look crazy. So, and then he ends up like waking up again. He's like sleeping right by somebody on there again, and we find out that he had a goldfish. Only had like one fin, and it got somebody. And Mark, when I got a new one, because this one has two fins. And he goes and asks the fish lady, the pet store lady, did somebody sell my fish? Like, as to fins, she does not know what the hell he's talked about. And you find out like the next day that the Amin guy finds out where he's working at the museum and asks him for a scarab that he stole when he was Mark, and he said, I don't have the scarab, and Amin says it like belongs to one of the Egyptian gods, and so he like finds out like a lot of who he works with, or a lot of the people who go to the museum actually work for Amin, and he ends up being surprised about it. And when he goes to work that night, he gets chased by a bunch of jackals, and it kind of, then this scene's like a little bit of a horror movie ish. Some like you keep on seeing the jackals like in mirrors and stuff like that, and you don't like see it, but you feel like it's there. And he says, and Amin says like over the museum audio, microphone, bring me the scarab or I have the jackal eat you. But he goes into the bathroom, and Mark says, let me take care of this. And like the lights flickering again in the mirror in the bathroom, and we see like the reflection part of the mirror is Mark talking to him. And so eventually we like he lets Mark take over, but we get to like see the costume come onto him, but it like switches around, and he like ends up beating up the jackal, and that's how the episode ends with we see in the costume. But maybe you'll learn Mark's side of the story in the next episode. I don't know. And I did like this one a little bit better so far than some of the other starters, because we did not know who the bad guy was in a lot of the other shows to begin with, but it looks like we do. It looks like they're actually going to have more of a story from the beginning of the bad guy. Unlike Hawkeye, because we didn't really find out who the bad guy was until the end. And I didn't like that they kept Kingpin that secret for that long. Well, because they want to have a cameo for him. They could have had him there the whole time. It would have been a lot cooler. Really. So, I don't know. But it was confusing a little bit, but I like that we like had no idea what was going on. Every time Steve blacked out and Mark took over, we don't get to see what Mark did. Like we saw like the aftermath of Mark did. We don't see how he does it though. So, and we finally get to see what Mark looks like at the very end, I guess. And so, everybody says that he's all like Batman. I kind of see it, kind of not Batman. So I don't know. Like I said, I only seen him in a video game once, so I'll find out more about him, I guess, in the next. There's like 6 episodes of this, so the next 5 episodes. Some people have already seen the first 4 episodes. I don't know how you people do that. How do you do that? There's only 1 episode out. It's not fair. So I'm probably gonna give this episode an 8 out of 10. So like, share, and subscribe, and bye bye.